What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if we should be excited for Back 4 Blood. And I asked this question, I make this video because I myself am are pretty kind of up and down with this game as well. I'll tell you right now, we'll make more videos for this game, as we get closer, and we're pretty darn close to the release. But I'll tell you right now, I'm getting this game day one. However, it comes out on Game Pass, so I have Game Pass, so I'm getting the game. And I know there'll always be the kind of debate, well, is it really free because you're paying $15 a month? Let's just say you're getting it for free, or you're getting it for that $15 a month price point. So that's what's happening. So I'm not investing a full $60 in, like if I was getting it on PC or if I was getting it on like a PlayStation console, right? Although I've played the beta on PlayStation, I actually played the alpha on PC, so I've actually jumped around multiple times with this game. So to me, the barrier of entry is pretty much nothing. I walk in through the door and I'm in it. I don't have to kind of give a fee at the door. So to me, it's less. It doesn't matter as much, I guess is kind of what I want to say, right? However, I've always been pretty lukewarm on this game, and I don't say that as any, because I can just see it. There's gonna be the negative comments, there's gonna be the dislikes. I value your opinion. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. I know everybody's got kind of different viewpoints. It's just what I've played myself, what I've seen other people say. I just haven't seen a whole massive load of excitement on this game, and I could be wrong. Now, judging the game for what it is, I think it's fine. You know what I mean? And again, so I've played the alpha and the beta. I think it's a fine game. I've enjoyed my time to a solid extent, I would say, when playing it. I've liked it. I actually do like the mode where the map kind of shrinks and you can play as both the infected, and you can also play as the survivors, right? And they kind of face each other. I think it's a solid mode. I think it gets old very, very quickly, which definitely can hurt it. But it's also, again, it was just a beta, so maybe you could do more with it. The campaign, it's solid. It's nothing revolutionary, and so the thing with this game is what are we judging it based off of, right? I guess if we're judging it just off of a mindless, you go in, you shoot some zombies with your friends, you enjoy yourself, it does it fine. You know what I mean? And I don't actually think, it's rare, okay, in the game industry, that we actually get a game like this with that kind of mindset. Because I think what everybody kind of and this is just the way of the world, this is what gets clicks online, so it's not really popular to say what I'm going to say. It's either we go into a game and we want it to be, or we expect it to be, or you can get, again, clicks and articles and videos off of it being game of the year. So we kind of hold it up to masterpiece standards, or the game is a complete failure. And this goes for movies too, right? Huge controversies about it, huge failure. We really look to the ends of the spectrum. I think honestly that's just how our minds are kind of wired. However, there is that area in between that I think a lot of people, and I don't think wrongly, forget about. And I think I've said this before for Back 4 Blood. Yeah, I did actually. I think when the beta came out, I said the beta's fine and that's okay. And I think that actually sums it up. This game's in the middle, where it's not gonna blow you out of the water, but it's also not gonna disappoint the heck out. It's there's problems with it. Not everybody's going to enjoy it. It's that kind of game. And again, do we mind those kinds of games existing? Not really. I actually think there's a place for games like that, and it is in that little category. It's just we try to always make them go to the extremes. That's the thing with this game. Now, I would say when you're spending, if they're free products, right? It doesn't really matter where it lands at all. Actually, the whole entire argument is mute, right? But when you're paying money, I do get how, that kind you either expect to hear that it's a complete disaster, because if the game's just okay, if the game's just fine, right? If that's all you hear about it, it's harder for you to figure out if you want to give that $60. You know what I mean? I actually think that maybe is the main reason, right? Because if you hear a game is outrageously good and it's just a masterpiece, it's game of the year, it's easy to rationalize spending the full price on the game. If you hear the worst things possible about the game, right? It's getting 3s in reviews. YouTubers aren't nobody likes it. It's very easy to convince yourself to not get the game. But when you hear a game is like a 6 or a 7, there's nothing inherently wrong with being a 6 or 7 or being like solid, but it's not going to blow you away. It's going to be fun for like a few days. See, that's the thing. I mean, like a lot of these are like what ifs, but they are like things people have said. I will say from like me playing it, that's the sense I get, is this is going to be a game that's going to be really fun and enjoyable for around 4 to 6 days, and then I'm probably going to get very, very bored of it. That's actually literally that happened in the alpha and the beta. I mean, again, you're very limited in what you can do in those two things, but both of them, I put in a couple hours like immediately, like the first day, and then after that, it's like there's really no reason to jump in. Now, again, when you have the base game, you're going to have all these campaign missions, and actually, I believe they have not yet said, last time I looked, they haven't said how many specific missions there are in the game, so that's still kind of a mystery, so we don't know necessarily how long. There's difficulties, there's different difficulties. The cards make it a little bit more different and unique in how the environment and how the enemies and all that stuff, play against you. Like, they try to do that stuff, but my guess, which may be wrong, but my guess, I'm going to play the entire campaign, and at the end of it, probably 80-20, I'm not going to play it again. I'm probably going to be bored. I'm probably going to say, okay, well, not necessarily bored with what I played, but being like, okay, I experienced it. I don't really need to do it again. It's also how you play it, though. It's also what kind of gamer, I always hate that kind of quote, too. But it depends on, how you do things, right? What kind of games you normally play. I mean, there's a reason why Left 4 Dead has stuck around as long as it has. I mean, that is the same thing over and over as well, but there's just something kind of magical about that, especially playing it with friends. Now, I played the alpha and beta with a friend, and I don't think it's gonna like massively change anything for me in the base game. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, this is very much an up-down video, and it's actually the same thing like I said for giving your money as for a video. Like, I'm not super sold on it, but I'm also not super like it's a horrible game. I'm somewhere in the middle, and like, does that make for an interesting video? Does that make people hate me more or hate me? Probably hate me more. I have that effect on people, but like I said, I'm getting this game day one. I'm expecting, like, in my calendar, in my mind, I kind of like allocate time that I think I'm going to be spending on a game. I mean, I'm going to give this game like 5, 6, 7 days, like probably a full week to play it. And it's a game that I feel like I don't have to play straight through. I can play it if I want to play a different game or, a couple different games and then jump back in on like a multiplayer night where it's like, oh, I just want to play, a game, not really think too much, not pay attention to story very much. Let's play this. I mean, they're again, like, a lot of those things are actually insults against it, but like, that's what the game, what I mean? That's just how the game's designed. Like, it's supposed to be that way, where you're just kind of going in, you're having fun. It is like, there is definitely skill involved and there's difficulty involved, but you guys know what I mean, hopefully, right? So that's where I stand right now on Back 4 Blood. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter or subscribe to our second YouTube channel or support us in Patreon or YouTube memberships, links for them all are in the description. The join button is obviously next to the subscribe button. That is the YouTube memberships. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.